Do you know how to start changing your paradigm right away? Hey, Jason here, and we've been going through the success puzzle, and it's been really, really good, and really been learning some really insightful stuff. And I want to talk a little bit more about paradigms today. And remember, paradigms is a set of programs that control our habitual behavior, and most of our behavior is habitual, whether it's how we get up in the morning, how we end our day, how we drive to work, what we eat on a day. And so, like here today is Saturday. Most people on a Saturday they eat the same foods, so they have a habitual behavior on what they eat on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. And it's really important to start understanding: one, we are controlled by our paradigms, and two, we have to start figuring out how can we change these paradigms. And so the best way to look at the paradigm, like really think about it from a computer standpoint. Like if you see that Acer laptop back there that I work on, that is, brand new, well, fairly brand new. It's a little bit over 7 months old. However, what if I put a Windows XP operating system on that laptop? It's not going to work because Windows XP is an outdated program and it doesn't fit in today's society. It's so slow and so outdated that it's going to actually be worse than what it used to be. And this is funny because it's just like how we are too. So we've all been programmed by family, friends, environment, and some of our programming even come from grandparents and great grandparents because of genetic material. And so we have to start using our free will and rewrite these programs. Because think about it, just like that computer back there, if I put Windows XP or Windows Vista or something on there, it's not going to work. And if I gave it to anybody and said, hey man, just use this laptop, they'll be like, no, I don't want it. And that's the same way we have to start doing with our lives. So many of us are actually living lives that's been programmed by other generations, and it doesn't make sense for the world that we live in. Like I tell people all the time, you hear it all the time, like, oh, I wish I could do this. Oh, I wish I had the money to go do something. Go get the money. Everybody in the world is now walking around with a smartphone. And we're not talking about rich and poor. We're talking about everyone. No matter where you go in the world, there's somebody with some type of smartphone. It doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, a Samsung, or some kind of third party that's maybe not all around the world. It's still a smartphone. And please listen to me on this part, because the reason why I'm saying it is because we have all the information of this world in the palm of our hands. And most of us are not going to take the time to even Google more than once of how to do something. Instead, we're spending all of our time just scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, looking at TikTok videos, and then we're wondering why there's no opportunities out there. When all of these platforms are actually free business platforms where you can actually start making money and you don't have to pay any overhead costs. Like, it's a crazy the world that we live in now. And I've been really trying to understand, what is the issue? And the issue is we're not aware of our paradigms, and we're not even taught how to start changing paradigms. And so think about a child, or go back to you when you were in school or something. Everything you were taught, or better word, everything that you was programmed to think, it was by constant spaced repetition. You went to the same classes every year for almost 12 years. Like, how many times do you need math class? How many times do you need the English class? How many times do you need reading comprehension and all this? Like, we really need to look at the school system, because it shows us how to form paradigms. However, it's showing us how to form paradigms incorrectly, because anybody knows nowadays going to school is not going to get you success in life. Going to college does not guarantee you success in life. It only guarantees you student loan debt, and it pretty much guarantees that you will have to become enslaved to an employer or some type of job to pay off of those debts. And so this is why it's really important to start understanding how to change the paradigm. One of the big things is, even here in Johannesburg, I see parents are telling their kids, you need to go and get a good job. You need to go get a good education so you can get a good job. And then I ask them, I'm like, did it help you? And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, we have to look at the world for what it really is. How many people do we see in our family? How many friends do we have? Or how many people do we even just see on TV? They went to schools, had gotten all of this debt for money, and then they get out and they're like, well, we need somebody with qualification. We need somebody with experience. You're under experienced. Or how many people have tons of experience or tons of education, and they're like, you're overqualified. Going to school now does not guarantee success. We don't live in that world anymore. We're not in the factory line world anymore when that made sense. We're not even in the cubicle world anymore. We're now in the information digital technology world, meaning I'm giving you information, whether it's about health, happiness, or wealth, through a digital medium such as YouTube, if you're watching it here, or if you're watching on LinkedIn. And that's the world we live in now. So what does that really mean? It means we have to start shifting the way we think, or creating a new paradigm, a new control parameters on the world that we live in. Because we live in a digital world, we need to be thinking about how to make money through our cell phone, how to make money on our computers, how to make money. If you're somebody that spend a lot of time on Facebook, how can you make money on there? Can you sell stuff on Marketplace? Can you sell network marketing products? All of those type of things. And so that's what we have to do, but it sounds easier than what it actually takes to do it. So here is the simplest way to actually start rewriting your paradigm. You must create a new habit. Now, please hear me on that. 21 days does not create a habit. I've read all these books. I've seen all of this stuff. I've participated in some of these programs. They don't work. A habit is something you do each and every day. Every day you put on your shoes, do you tie your shoes? That might be a habit. I can tell you, for me, I don't tie my shoes. I have them at I tie them up at a certain level where I can just slip them on and off, because that's how I like it. And that's my habit when it comes to putting on shoes. And so you want to create a new habit. Let's say if you want to create a habit around happiness. So each and every day, you must commit to doing something that makes you happy. And just do one thing. This is where most people get it wrong with creating habits. Don't try to go and refocus your whole life. Just do one simple thing that you can do less than 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. We all have that time. Even if you work 3-4 jobs, you have 5 to 10 minutes that you can spare. And if you say you don't, I'm sorry for you, but you're never going to be able to change your life, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And you have to learn how to maximize your 24 hours. And so let's say if you have a weight loss goal, because a lot of people, with New Year's starting to come around, all this marketing is going to start hitting you. And it's like, hey, you need to lose weight. You need to lose weight. But they don't tell you how to do it. Eating healthy is not a habit for a majority of the people in this world. Meaning, most of the people have been programmed their eating habits by their family. I was one of those included. If you saw any of my pictures before, that's how I was able to get to 600 plus pounds. I was programmed unhealthy eating habits. And what I did unknowingly, I was creating a new eating habit to where now how I eat today, and people look at me and they're like, wow, how do you do that? And I'm like, I just do it. It's like I reprogram my mind around eating. Just to give you an example, like yesterday, I went out to Kaylee's. I had a real good vegan pizza, really delicious. And then, so to end that meal, what I did, I drink a glass of water and I put lemons in there. And my buddy was like, so why are you drinking it with lemons? And I was like, well, the lemons, when you put it with the water, it helps alkaline. And so when you're drinking it, in case there's any acidity that I may have eaten from the meal, because some things that are acidic cause inflammation, that way I'm neutralizing or raising the pH balance of my body. And so that's just one of the things that I do when I eat, especially if I'm eating out in public, because I know there's oils and stuff used that I don't use when I'm cooking at home. And so, really think about this. What is the one thing that you can commit to create a new habit? And just have something very simple like that. Drinking a glass of water with lemon in it. Can you commit to something like that? And do it each and every day. Don't give yourself leeway like, oh, well, I done good today. I need to reward myself. That is your old paradigm trying to get you back into your old habitual behaviors. When you're creating a new habit, there's not a such thing as rewarding yourself, because you don't know how to reward yourself outside of the parameters or the programming that has been in you. Just like if I put if I put Windows XP or Windows Vista on that laptop back there, it's not going to work, because the program, the parameters, everything for that operating system to work is outdated from that computer. That computer is too up to date. And this is the problem with most of us. A lot of us Our bodies are more up to date, and our mind, our programming that's in our mind, is outdated. So we're not in sync, or we're ambivalent, meaning we're having opposite end feelings. Like, oh, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to eat healthy. Oh, I want to lose weight, but I'm not eating no vegetables. Like, we have to understand what's really going on here. And if you start breaking this down, creating a new habit, you will start seeing like, whoa, things are really changing fast in my life, and it doesn't take a long time. And you'll start seeing yourself getting happier, healthier, and wealthier.